What is up, everybody? Welcome to Surf the Storm Podcast, episode number 4, Love the Small Things. So today, I'm going over my third blog post. I really love this one. I actually just reread this for the first time in a long time. And it even just helped me now, just because even right now I'm struggling with some flare-ups and not feeling great. And sometimes, even though I preach positivity and all this stuff, like I forget to love the small things. So I'm just going to start reading this, and let's just get into this. All right. Enjoy the small things. I know. I get it. How original. We've all heard this before, so why am I even going to waste your time writing a blog post about it? Do you, though? Whoever's reading this blog post right now, or I guess listening to me right now, do you actually take time and love the small things? I know I took a ton for granted, and I used to not take time to actually really appreciate how awesome the things happening around me are. It took me to getting very sick and being in some sort of pain and discomfort every single day of my life to really learn to embrace this cliche. Every day I wear a green wristband that says love these small things to remind myself. Well, now I upgraded to my own Surf the Storm wristbands, but I live by this so much I probably come across as a crazy to a lot of people. I get so pumped up for all the small stuff and am extremely vocal about it. I get a ton of strange looks my way. I saw a fox the other morning on my way to work, and it made my whole entire day. But my coworker didn't seem as excited as me, as though I wouldn't shut up about it at the time clock at 4:30 a.m. when he was still trying to wake up. That's funny just reading this, because I do remember that day, and I really was that excited. It's weird to me that people will bitch and moan and complain, and no one bats an eye. Then there's me getting super excited about the small things and letting people know, and somehow I'm the crazy one. Isn't that true, though? Let's just pause that right there. How insane is that, right? Like, think about your job or something. People are always just whining, or something can be so awful. They always look for the bad. But imagine just looking for the good. Like, look for the good. Like, I get it too. Like, I don't love my job extremely much either. But guess what? Like, there's so much awesome small things out there to be excited about. Get excited. Anyway. Oh, that's literally, oh my God, that's the next. There is so much awesome stuff around us. I will run outside while I'm working just to look at the sunrise. Every day when I leave work, I eat an apple. I call it my freedom apple. And as I eat it, when I walk out the door, I get so excited. I swear, every day it tastes the best. It's the best apple that I've ever ate. I get so pumped for that. I feel like I've always done a good job at loving the small things, but I definitely have got lost for a while after first getting diagnosed with Lyme disease and all my co-infections. Being sick every day and battling through things will 100% take a toll on you mentally. I had to make so many lifestyle changes that focused on all the stuff I couldn't do anymore. I felt awkward going places and not being able to drink, and I was so scared of ticks that I didn't even go outside in nature for like the first year after being diagnosed. And just to touch on that real fast, I used to always drink alcohol. I loved it. I had no problems with it or anything, but then all of a sudden, as I would drink, I started getting really, really sick. So bad I started again. And then same thing with food. I had to change my food. I got allergic to it out of nowhere, like my chronic Lyme disease, and all of a sudden I started getting allergies to random stuff that I've been fine with my whole entire life. Then all of a sudden, next you know, I had to cut out all the foods I like. I had to quit drinking alcohol, so that just touches on that. And I didn't even hike for a long time, just because literally the PTSD of just knowing that like this small little tick that I never even seen just could literally change my whole entire life. I was so scared to go out there, and I've kind of overcome that now, and I hike all the time, but it actually does still terrify me. And anyway, so I would just dwell on all those things I miss. I was not surfing my storm at all. That is the complete opposite of surfing the storm. That is just riding out the storm, and that's not what we do here. Thankfully, I snapped out of my funk. There is a wall decal in my living room that says, "Enjoy the simple things." It's been there so long, it's just one of those little things you overlook. For whatever reason, though, it caught my eye one afternoon, and as I read it, it was like a moment of awakening. I actually remember that day. I told myself right there I was going to get back to not taking anything for granted and start noticing all the great stuff that happens daily in life that sometimes goes overlooked. It felt forced at first, I'm not going to lie, but after reminding myself daily, it became natural. Parentheses, quick side note, if you don't know what the reticular activating system in your brain is, then Google it. You can literally train your brain to appreciate the small things. Probably the Actually, oh my god, you know what, we're going to touch on that after. Let's just keep reading this, get this part done, then I'll touch on a few things that helped me. Probably the top 2 things that have helped me the most are going out in nature and watching my 2 kids. Alright, so then I break down and I start talking about kids. So we go, how awesome are kids? They get excited about the little things. My 3-year-old saw a school bus drive by, and the way he reacted, you would have thought a unicorn ran past the house. I got a coffee this morning at the convenience store, and I let my 7-year-old pick out something. He grabbed a Slim Jim. He was so excited about it, you would have thought he won a prize or something. Also, how cool are convenience stores? There are so many different options of drinks and snacks. They have so much, but do you ever get excited when you're in them? Probably not. Maybe next time you should. Wow, so yeah, there I go. See what I mean? Probably crazy, right? Convenience stores. Like, who blogs about that? But, appreciate the little things. So, how about nature? Get outside and explore. I'm so glad I started hiking again. There is so much beauty and incredible things out there. The world can be a playground if you look at it right. Go find a trail and just be present when you walk it. Hear the birds, breathe the fresh air, study those flowers, watch the wildlife, enjoy the sunrises and sunsets. Download one of those trail apps and go find hidden gems in the area near you. Oh my god, you 100% do that. I didn't even realize how much awesome stuff is around you. I got, oh my god, I can't even think of the name of the app right now, but I got one of those hiking apps. You literally just type in any single town around you. It just shows you how long the hike is, what kind of hike it is, the cool different things, and go explore. My family's been doing that now for a couple years, and it is just so awesome. Just absolutely love exploring. Alright, so then I go back to doing these things certainly won't heal you if you're on any kind of healing journey, but not alone they won't, but it will definitely help, and you could find a renewed appreciation for life while you surf whatever life storm you are going through. I should probably wrap this up now, as I feel like I have been kind of all over the place, but hopefully my ADHD style of writing provided some value. So get up tomorrow, start loving the small things, and as always, I hope you have the best week ever. Crush it. That was the end of the blog, but we're going to talk for a couple more minutes. And so I don't know if you have kids or not, but let's just talk about the kid part again. I mean, how awesome are kids? Literally, we once were kids. And I get it. Trust me, being an adult is so much more stressful than the kids. There's a million reasons why people become jaded. But you just really tap in. I don't know. I always just look at my kids and be like, you know what? I once was a kid like that. I had, hopes and dreams. And I used to have that much fun. Somewhere in me is still that inner child. You got to find your inner child. Reconnect with that and just go have fun. Whatever it is for you, find something that you love just so much and just start doing that. Just take time for yourself. Just have so much fun. And nature, I wrote a note to talk about that again. That one's a tough one for me too, because I just love having my issues, which I got probably somewhere in nature from the ticks. Nature is just so relaxing. It's so awesome just to go out on a hike. Just enjoy all the beauty around you. But it doesn't mean, this is just from me. I love nature. This could be anything for you. Whatever it is, you love and will just help you appreciate more stuff is what you should 100% go find and start doing. And then I also wrote, let's talk about the ROS system. Awesome part of your brain, right? I have crazy ADHD, and I'm not a neuroscientist. So I'm not even going to explain how this works, because it's complicated, and I'll start probably stuttering. But the ROS system is the gatekeeper of info from your subconscious that filters in what is important to you. So it's almost like one of those things. You hear, say, if you talk about a red car, right? Just think about red cars, and then all of a sudden, the next day, you're oh my god, I saw another red car, and you'll start seeing that car across the highway, right? Or when I was looking to figure out what kind of car I wanted a couple years ago, I ended up getting a Ford Fusion, and in my head I was like, all right, I want a black Ford Fusion. All of a sudden, what do you know? Everywhere you see black Ford Fusion. Think about if you're in a restaurant, right? It's a noisy restaurant. You're not really paying attention. You're there having a good time with whoever you're with, but you hear your name across the room. All of a sudden, you hear whatever your name is. Mine's Justin. So all of a sudden, you hear Justin, and you just look up, or you hear all the background noise, right? There's people talking. Or say they say your favorite sports team or your favorite movie or something. All of a sudden, you're like, whoa. What do they say? They're just talking about that. And why? Because your brain filtered that. Your brain knew that was important to you. So before, you didn't hear any of the other noises, but all of a sudden, that's something really important to you. Now, why do I bring this up? Because this can help. You can literally train that for looking for the positive stuff. Just like how the negativity, everyone's like attracted to negativity. If you go to work and you start complaining, oh, this is so horrible, it's horrible. Next you know, the next one, oh my God, yes. And you get everyone fired up. And next you know, it's the worst day ever. This is so terrible. So like, all right, so say start tomorrow. You're going to wake up and you're going to tell yourself this is going to be a good day. Or you're going to look for the good. Maybe you drive to work, like something stupid. Like I said earlier, I literally saw a fox that morning, and I was like, yes, I saw a fox. It could be something like that little, like, oh my God, that was so cool. And, then you go get your coffee. Oh my God, this coffee, this is the best coffee ever. And just little things like that. Just appreciate, just literally, I literally sat trying to train my brain like that. I would literally tell myself, and I even made a few videos on like social media of me going through my day. And I recorded all the cool little things. And I've done that a few times just to even remind myself, like when I got out of my car, I know nothing about flowers. I don't even care about flowers, but I mean, they're still kind of like cool to look at, right? So I remember I got out of my car and there was some like flowers near my car. So I'm like, oh, wow, look at that. That's really beautiful. You know what? That's pretty awesome. Oh, you know what? The sunrise thing, the sunset. Sorry, I mean sunrise for me. So at my work, I work really early in the morning. There's some awesome, badass sunrises out there. I literally will stop when I'm working. I'll find an excuse, run to the bathroom real fast, literally run outside, and I'll like take a picture of it and just look at it for a second. Just like loving those small things. Or look up in the sky, like, oh, look at those clouds. Just it can be whatever. Just really appreciate. Like I said, I went on some insane rant about like the convenience store. How awesome is the convenience store? You go in there. How cool is that? They have all the stuff you need right there, right? Just get your favorite snack or whatever it is. There's so much cool stuff out there. Like I said about the hiking, just finding stuff. Like train your brain. Just look into the reticular activating system. It's just really cool. And let's see if there's anything else I want to cover before I get out of here. And like I said, all this stuff, if you're going through a crazy healing journey or there's something wrong, trust me, like, this is so tough. And I have so many bad days too. I have different issues that flare up. The one that's really kills me is I have a shortness of breath issue. They've called it everything from air hunger to chronic hyperventilation syndrome to an issue from my babesia, or it could just be my chronic Lyme. They've called it whatever it is. When that happens, I go in through, like, it could even be like a week or two, just like awful breathing patterns. And I mean, I'll have panic attacks. I can't even control it. I'm dizzy, and it's tough to think straight. And honestly, when I'm in those flares, it is so tough to try to remind yourself, oh yeah, just love the small things, when you're really like, oh my God, like I can't even breathe. Like it makes you it's awful. It's so tough. 100% get that. And it's also one of those things, I'm not being like, oh yeah, be positive all the time. Like every little thing is so awesome. And guess what? You're going to have bad days and feel them. Oh, and just another side note, I enjoy my good days so much because of my bad days. All those days where I have had my breathing issue, but it could be whatever, like think about in your life, whatever has been terrible and stuff. Like just when you're not going through that or you're having a good day, just don't even have a good day. Have the best day. Just remember those days and be like, oh my God, like, you know what? This is a good day. Just all those tough times that you went through, use that to make your good days great days. And on the really bad days, try to remember this. Like, even if it just sucks. I mean, I've had days where I barely can get out of bed, where I just can't move. I've missed so many stuff. I've missed so many events. Like, oh God, even like Thanksgiving. Like, I don't know if it's, I think last year's Thanksgiving, I spent alone. My whole entire family went out to the rest of my family's house, and I spent it alone. But there was still some cool things that day that I just like really, really appreciated. I've had to miss different parties with friends, different social events where my issues have been flaring up, and it's so tough when you have to miss those things. But just try to even if it's just a small thing, just try to appreciate the small things. And I'm gonna get out of here now. So I hope this helped, and I hope everyone's remember. You know what? I challenge you tomorrow. Anyone who even listens to this tomorrow, love these small things. Don't even just appreciate the little like small things. I'm almost a swore. Just love them. Get out there, surf whatever life storm you're going through. Love these small things. Have the best week ever. I'm out. See you next week.